This presentation describes some improvements to include file handling in Primer version 22. Skipped include files are now remembered. When Primer reads a model, it deals with the problem of a missing include file by offering to skip it. In previous Primer versions, that file was forgotten, meaning that it wouldn't be present in the include tree, it couldn't be chosen as a layer in which to create items, there would be no include statement for it in the keyword output file. In effect, passage through Primer would lose that file altogether. In the example shown here, file B, not found on disk during input and therefore skipped, would not be remembered. From Primer 22 onwards, this behavior changes by default. A skipped include file is now remembered in the model as a placeholder. It will appear in the include tree, but with options limited only to reading it. During keyword output, an include card for the file is created, but the file itself is not written. If the old behavior is wanted, it can be set interactively in the Model Read Options panel, or by setting the preference Missing Include File Action to Forget. Shift plus click is now supported for selecting include files. The include tree is used for many include file operations in Primer. In contexts where selecting multiple files makes sense, it's now possible to select a range of files using the Windows standard sequence. Click on the first file in the selection, then Shift plus click on the last file in selection to select all the files in that range. This improves the speed of using the include tree to select files to read following a model scan, as shown here, also when selecting a subset of files to write. The ability to select formats on a per include file basis. Compressed and binary formats have been available in Primer for some time. The default action when writing out these files is to keep their format. For example, an include file read in binary mode will also be written in binary mode. It's possible to change this behavior during keyword output via the options in the compression tab, but this will apply to the model as a whole, meaning that the format of all include files is changed. This is a clumsy approach when only a subset of include files are being output using the model write select files option. Therefore, in Primer 22, the select include files to write tree, which is used to select which include files to write, also gives the option to change the compressed and binary formats of each individual file. These changes are transient, applying only to this output operation. So if the model as a whole is written out subsequently, the default behavior of keeping each include file's original format will not be changed. The star title card and include files. Historically, Primer has only ever stored a single title for a model. If multiple title cards are read, then only the most recent one would be remembered, and it would be written out only in the master include file. Primer 22 now remembers titles on a per include file basis. A title card read in a file is remembered as belonging to that file. On keyword output, any include file, including the master file, containing a title will write it out in that file. The overall model title shown in Primer will be the title read from the master file if present in that file, otherwise it'll be blank. Titles read from include files are not considered to be a property of the model in Primer. I should add that an ANSYS LS-DYNA model can only have a single title, which is the last one encountered in the input deck. To avoid any ambiguity about this, if titles are present in multiple include files, it's sensible to put the title you wish to be used for the model immediately before *end in the master file. By default, this is where Primer will write the model title if it is defined. Primer 22 fixes some problems with missing include files and titles. It also adds more flexibility to include file output and speeds up selection of files for input and output. Thank you.